Hello, it's me, Fidio. Today, I want to present to you one of my many Skyrim builds, to hopefully make you want to start up Skyrim once again. I want to spark creativity in the community, which can be difficult in such an old game, but I'll throw my hat into the ring. All of my builds keep to a few rules, such as must be played on expert and no resto loop or alike. The rest of the rules can be found in the Google Docs in the description down below, together with a written version of all of my builds. If you have a build in mind and you want me to try it, please write me a comment and I'll have a look. Maybe your build will be next. And without further ado, the Arcane Assassin, or Arcane Stalker, or Stealth Destruction Mage, whatever you want to call it, is a high elf with 150 magicka, 440 health, 100 stamina. Now, your magicka will say 200 once you reach the point of level 40. That's just because you're a high elf and they gain a bonus to magicka by just the virtue of being a high elf. Their stone is the Lord Stone, as you have very little in terms of protection. Skills: illusion, destruction, enchanting, alchemy, and stealth. You have one flex perk according to my own rules. Shouts would be Aura Whisper and Slow Time. As I usually don't use shouts all that much, I won't show any of them in the video either. For weapons and magic, you are a spellcaster for damage, not a melee build in any way, shape or form. But I do like having a dagger on all of my mages because I think it feels cool. So I chose to make my own quote-unquote unique weapon, as I like doing. This is Soul Vault, an orcish dagger with soul trap and shock damage. When it comes to spells, you would use all shock spells, but mainly Thunderbolt for single target and assassinations, and Chain Lightning for everything else. In the illusion spell school, you would use invisibility, and more or less nothing else, as your muffle is not useful. With the help of stealth, you won't even notice a difference. And I don't like using the mind-altering effects, because that just turns into an illusion build at that point, and not a stealth assassin with destruction. Armor. For helmet, you have a few options. Zakrisos for damage, Shrouded Hood if you just want a hood with sneak on it, because that's always good. If not, you could use the Vampire Leather Hood, which is what I use in the video later on, with Fortify Illusion and Magic Regeneration. Your chestplate would be Vampire Armor with Fortify Destruction and Magic Regeneration. Your gloves would be Talmor Gloves, Magicka and Fortify Sneak. Your boots are Captain Boots. Now, these boots are special in that they give you the chest slot enchantments, but for your feet. Now, the reason why I chose this is because I have no need for any of the boot enchantments, as Muffled doesn't do anything for this build. We are already 100% muffled, and Sneak does very little, because we have Fortify Sneak on so many other pieces. For Ring, it's Fortify Destruction, Fortify Sneak, and for Amulet, it's Fortify Destruction, Fortify Sneak. Potions and Poisons, you have Fortify and Restore Health, which is Blue Mountain Flower and Wheat. We have Fortify and Restore Magicka, Mora Tapanella, Red Mountain Flower, and Tundra Cotton. Spells don't gain a damage bonus from being in stealth. You need a Fortify Destruction potion to, well, assassinate targets effectively, which would be Glowing Mushroom and Nightshade. For perk points, Enchanting, 5 out of 5 Enchanter, all the way to Extra Effect, Middle Branch, of course. Alchemy, 5 out of 5, Physician and Benefactor. We don't use poisons, so that's it. For Sneak, Stealth, 1 out of 5, all the way to Shadow Warrior. The rest of the stealth points are very bad, so don't pick them. And the second you start picking melee stuff, you suddenly become a normal assassin again, so don't do that. In Illusion, Novice, all the way to Expert, and Mage to Quiet Casting. You do this just to be able to cast your invisibility and your destruction spells without notifying the enemies. In Destruction, Novice to Expert, dual casting, Impact, Augmented Shock, 2 out of 2, and Disintegrate. This build uses healing potions for recovery and not restoration, as it lets you fight and heal at the same time without slowing down. It also is a bit faster and it doesn't consume any magicka. As in my builds, I'd never really go for the 100% spell cost reduction. I think it's a bit cheesy, so there you go. You need all the magicka you have. You would start by casting invisibility to position yourself according to your plan. Dual casting Thunderbolt with a Fortified Destruction Potion will do about 660 damage in a single cast. That's good for most enemies, if not just, cast again. But keep in mind that dual casting is way less magicka efficient than casting twice with a single-handed cast. A dual cast is 10% more damage than casting twice single-handedly, but it costs 40% more magicka. So only do this if you really need those last 60 points of damage, or you need the destruction stagger from dual casting. Soulbolt, the dagger, is here just because, one, I wanted a dagger, and since we don't use any conjuration, I thought, may as well put Soul Trap on a weapon. It's mostly just here for flavor. When you get ambushed by a tough enemy, cast invisibility and run away. The amount of sneak you have on gear and in your skill tree lets you slip away from almost anything, letting you become the ambusher instead, picking your own pace and your own targets and everything. This build is good at killing anything. Nothing in the game resists shock, which is one of the reasons why I picked it over frost or fire. It also looks better, and the disintegrate perk helps you kill those enemies that just have a sliver of health left. If you don't know, it does 200 points of damage when the disintegrate triggers. So you could one-hit kill an enemy that takes 860 damage. Would one hit die. So that's cool. From a dual cast, keep that in mind. I was really surprised at how powerful this was. As you can see in the video, I kill hordes of mammoths and giants. I kill a dragon pretty quickly too. And the stealth ability of it, surprisingly good. Did not expect this at all, because of the non-synergy between destruction and stealth. But the speed at which you can throw out magic really does help and makes it viable. That's really it. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.